We're drunk monkeys.
Yeah. So this is our vermouth episode. What I have here are the two kinds of vermouth, the dry and the sweet. Vermouth is a fortified wine.
A fortified wine is would be sherry or port or Madeira.
Okay, so what's Madeira?
It's beautiful unicorn piss.
What does this mean? Do elaborate, please.
Okay, so it's...
And why don't we have any right here?
We need to
get some. If it's beautiful unicorn piss, why aren't we drinking it?
Amazing. Dave and I discovered it a few years ago, 2 years ago, when we were in New York, and his brother was, who works in a restaurant called Hearth. He's one of the managers there, and he was doing a wine pairing with dinner. It was like one of the best meals of my life. And he brought some Madeira to the table, and it's sweet and sort of, it's very warm tasting. There's some fig in there, and they call it, one of the things we read about it, they call it the sea turtle of wine, because you can open a bottle of it in 1900 and still drink it in the year 2000.
Oh, wow.
Because it just doesn't go bad. In fact, it kind of tends to gain complexity. And what wound up happening is when people were coming over, they were discovering that like these, the casks that they had the wine in were being left open or having air put into them, or like they had, they were sitting in the sun, and the sugars from the wine just kept building up and building up and building up, and they would taste it, and it was just like, oh, this is real good. So they bottle it, and it's delicious. We don't have that here.
Stay tuned for a future episode.
Stay tuned. Was I roughly?
I think so.
Okay.
That sounded good to me.
Right. Good. I'm sure that anybody, if I am incorrect in my about the Madeira, I've read a bunch of stuff about it, but right now I'm in the face of the dry and the sweet vermouth. Might be incorrect. Anyway.
So vermouth is, you would use a dry vermouth for your martini. You would use a sweet vermouth for your Manhattan, and things like that. So what I've never done is tasted them on their own. Mm-hmm. Now, when I was in my college/post-college years, there was one night I went to a friend's house, and another friend had drank a whole, almost
had
drinkified a bottle of vermouth because it was the only liquor in the house, and when you are 19 years old, that sort of thing is acceptable. Meanwhile, I have another friend to this day.
Do you have any Listerine? I don't care.
Sorry. That's pretty accurate. Only it was a boy, so that was a more.
Do you have any Listerine?
But he was gay. Anyways,
There's a smell. Let's pull it together.
What was I saying? Oh, but I have another friend now who says, she's like, I won't touch it. She's like, I don't come anywhere near vermouth. So I don't know if she had, some sort of, really
I am
bad...
actually that way about whiskey. I can't drink whiskey.
Touch it.
Well, I will. I'll touch it.
Does anybody want to try these vermouths? Yeah? Okay. I'm just... You want to try this?
Not curious.
So, I don't know which one we want to start with. Do you have a preference? So you want to do sweet or do you want to do dry?
Let's do dry first.
Okay.
Since we just had a very sweet.
So the dry, you'll notice, is a lighter color, and
this goes into martinis, right?
Yes.
I don't drink a lot of martinis.
Some martinis, if you have it, there's words for them. If you have it up, and there's no vermouth or something, or usually that some people will put a splash in, but usually it's just used to coat the glass, and then you put the gin or vodka or whatever in it, so it just adds a little extra bit of shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it smells good.
Cheers.
It does not taste like it smells. Ooh. kind of like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to taste kind of like Chardonnay, which I don't know why I would think that. Maybe because it's like a light colored wine. But if you're going to drink it in like a savory martini, it would make sense that it wouldn't be sweet, obviously.
If you left a bottle of really cheap red wine open for a few days and then took a sip of it, it's very similar to this. It has like it's got an old wine taste. Like it's like the wine that has just turned because you just left it out for too long.
What's interesting to me about it is that when you take a sip, it's like none of it goes on the front of my tongue. It all goes to the like back and sides. And then that middle front plane, there's like nothing there.
Yeah.
Do you experience that?
I could see that. Yeah, it's not
That was weird.
there's a reason that you put this with other alcohols. It's not offensive.
I'm not questioning my friend's decision to drink this on its own.
I am too. I think that she would be, because it's very alcoholic too, isn't it? It's got like something. I don't know what the ABV is. Is that only a beer thing?
No. But it doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
Or the proof, or I don't know, whatever. Like, yeah. So interesting. I can't off the top of my head think of other cocktails that it would go in, but I can see that it would accent it. But I honestly can't get the flavor. Like when I drink a lot of martinis, I love them. But I don't know if I could pinpoint and be like, I recognize this flavor. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So let's move on now to the sweet, which looks like a whiskey.
It's hard for me to tell because I've got the
The murky green.
Elhardine.
Remember that place?
Elhardine, Chicago.
Is it still there?
Where is
I used
it?
to go all the time. Clark.
Oh yeah, I think it is still there. Oh.
Smells kind of like an old closet.
It does.
That maybe has like old school supplies.
Okay,
like
wait,
pencil
wait.
erasers.
It smells like something very specific. It smells like some kind of food.
Yeah, it does. Nachos.
Yeah, but like pork rinds, or like a meat, like a bouillon cube.
Maybe that's all it is. It's just bouillon.
Oh,
Alright, I'm going for it. Cheers? Do we cheers something like this? Oh god.
It's not good.
Now I love Manhattans. I drink a lot of those too. And I can sort of pick up this flavor in a Manhattan. But this is not anything that anybody in their right mind would ever want to drink. If this is your cocktail of choice, I'm sorry. But
Crispy green bean onions. Have fun.
Vermouth.